like that. So when we learn to celebrate our smallness and to depend upon the power of God, it affects every aspect of our lives, and that includes our sharing of the gospel because it diminishes our fears when we realize that it is okay to be inadequate, that being able to answer every question skeptics ask is not required. So, and most of all, that our human weakness is no hindrance to God using us for his kingdom to spread the glorious good news. As Paul said, and it's what I need to recall every time I share my faith. God's power is made perfect in weakness, and that's from Second Corinthians chapter 12 verse 9. Therefore, accepting your inadequacies is the first qualification to being used by God. So the next time you consider witnessing to a neighbor or a family member or even a work colleague, you think, I can't because don't let that defeat you because, equally don't try to find the confidence or ability within you. Yes, you're inadequate. And when you accept that you're a dependent creature with a mighty creature, then you're in the place where he can use you. We are weak. And remember, he is strong. So it's okay to say you're inadequate. It's okay. It is okay. So let's go over the questions for reflections. I'm going to do those. I did a couple of them. I don't think I did all of them, but I did a couple. So, number one is, in what ways can you acknowledge and celebrate your dependence on God? And B question, in what ways do you find yourself fighting the idea that you are dependent? And my answer was, I need his everlasting gospel daily. I acknowledge him by reading the gospel, praying to him, worshiping praises in his name. I am dependent upon him when I know he tells me, don't worry. Don't worry about tomorrow. That's when I am at my weakness that I fight against his word, but then his word is faithful and true. And I have to believe that. And that was my answer. So, and the next question, God's power is made perfect in weakness. How have you experienced the truth of this in your own life? How does knowing that God uses us in our weakness strengthen you in evangelism? And if you instinctively resist that idea, why is that, do you think? And I answered that with, I know that there's nothing I can do on my own. I need him daily. Knowing he uses my weaknesses to strengthen me is an advantage to continue and don't stop sharing my faith. Those moments will draw me closest to him. So I am encouraged when knowing that I can only resist if I allow myself to think outside this reality. So, we have completed chapter 2 notes. Did you enjoy tonight's episode? I certainly did enjoy it. Well, I am glad you joined me. It will only get better and better as we continue. I hope you've been keeping up with me and reading your chapters of the book and answering the questions for reflections. I know it may seem hard, but it gets easier. Again, I want to thank those individuals who ordered tickets for this study. I think I'll probably share it on YouTube with the next book study so that you can follow along at your own pace. It will always be there and provided when you need it. I can tell you it has been a bit difficult with this up and down cold with me. After COVID, I have been having long COVID, so I am still trying to push forward. God does see and knows my heart and my intentions. So I'd like to thank you so much again for listening in. It's been appreciated and I'm grateful. This is Tia Londa. Would you like to learn more about the gospel or start Bible courses on the gospel? Why not register today at worldbibleschool.org? Would you like to suggest a topic or be a guest on Evolve? Would you like to support this podcast? Well, send your email to evolvetopics@gmail.com. I'd like to say thank you for listening in and greet you again on the next episode of Evolved.